It's the first video of the day. Cooperate.
Okay.
He is cooperating.
She's already told me to get up off the couch and go do something outside, and so I don't
Sometimes
know.
I tell him to be quiet because I'm getting ready to film a video and he's not in it. And this time I was trying to imply I wanted him over here to film the video and he's confused.
I want to be very clear. She asked me to get up and take a look at the GFCI on the garage. She didn't demand or anything, but
I let him know I'd be sad if my inflatables weren't up when I went outside in a few minutes. So what I was going to say before all of that. Hi, good morning, everyone. We had about 1.3 inches of rain in 2 cells last night. The first one dumped almost an inch and the second one dumped a little bit more. And it went on for several hours of sprinkling, but there was loudness and there was stuff. So that's why the GFCIs are off, because we actually had torrential rain for a little bit. It was probably enough to knock them out. Well, we had power blips too in the middle of that and stuff. Thank God it didn't mess with my 3D print.
Extension cords running along the ground generally don't do well.
Yeah, they might not come on until they dry out, but he's going to go try for me because we don't want me to be sad about my inflatables being down this morning. And then I was going to say a new Supercharger's opened in Southern Pines.
Okay.
And I told Don I want to drive down to the Supercharger today. Yeah, it's about an hour down there. And we have not supercharged robot yet.
That's right.
So this will be the first robot supercharge. And I felt like we could just use a little bit of, instead of accomplishing things around the house, of just like, let's just go for a drive. We haven't done our drive thing in a while. And Don was going to put up the shelf in the garage for me today, which is not a huge project, but every project is probably an hour by the time you measure, drag out your tools, move stuff out of the way and stuff. So if he feels up to that when we get home, great. And if that gets postponed for another day, well, we'll have enjoyed a ride today and given you guys some FSD and some Supercharger Tesla content. So anyway, it's a nice sunny day out there. I hear less chance of rain the next few days, and after the front comes through tomorrow, which could spawn a storm, but not like yesterday's storms. Lower humidity and lower temps for like 2 days.
Yeah, right.
Chris Michaels says it won't feel like September, but you'll notice it when you go outside. Because this morning it's 100% humidity and 75 degrees already. So. And I also told Don I want to go see the sunflowers at Dick's Park. But 2 things. Number one, at 100% humidity and a heat advisory today, it's not a fun thing. He'd go out there with me, but it's miserable out there. And also it's probably pretty muddy because even though we only got rain last night, downtown Raleigh's had rain like 4 nights in a row.
That's right.
So the field out there is likely to be, but we'll still see if we can work that in. We'd like to go, but not when the heat index is 105. That's a sit in the Tesla with air conditioning kind of a day versus a walk out in the hot sun field kind of a day. So anyway.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you, Donnie. Now go get my inflatables up.
Well, okay.
I'm funning with him. You can let the cat out. You can let Stripe out. Stripe may go.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think he's probably ready. Well, I'll have to make sure the seed isn't too wet in the 2 bird feeders this morning after the rain. There was some wind last night. We never heard any wind here. It looks like my canna lily red spikes are still standing tall this morning, so I'm happy about that. Notice the deer keep on helping me keep my area down there trimmed up. I'm not happy about it. And looking at the rocks down here, Don and I weren't too worried about them washing away at all. If I put a border around it, it would simply be because it's, pretty decorative. But they don't seem to have moved at all, and they're nicely washed, and that was good we got it down before the storm. So anyway, it's a hot Sunday morning here. Hot and humid. Morris has had a couple of fake outs this morning, so I'm headed out to see them before I go see Gray. Morris is ready for his mama. Come on, bud. Come on. Let's come up. Good boy. Good boy.
No, Johnny's up.
Yep, Johnny's up. Don heard the air conditioner. So inflatables are all good?
Yeah.
Fountains are good?
Yeah.
Everything is good. Thank you, Donnie.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
I'm happy now. I don't have to be sad.
You giving all your kitty cats some morning
Yep,
love?
yep. There were some lovely hosta in this pot. The key word being were. Good morning, Gray. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi, sweet pea. Good morning. Yeah. There's some chicken. Can't have Don hungry for the drive today. All right, we're fixing to head to the Southern Pines Supercharger. It just opened like yesterday.
Okay.
It was on Triangle Tesla Owners on Facebook is where I saw the announcement. People tend to post there.
Right.
And it should be about an hour down and an hour back. And
okay, cool.
yeah, so let me figure out how to navigate us there. Robot has not supercharged yet, so this will also be Robot's first. We charge at home.
We charge it home.
Even, because we got Robot. What day did we get Robot?
Back in May 19th.
Okay, and we had already moved Johnny home. You and JB had gone down to take half of Johnny's stuff back, and then you and I showed up in the GMC to get the other half of Johnny's stuff. So we didn't take a Tesla down to UNCC to move him out. Because in the fall, I drove Ruby and you drove to GMC, and that was good enough. But that's right. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So I'm just trying to think about why didn't we take Robot? We supercharge when we go to UNCC, and I had to think for a minute why we hadn't been down to UNCC and Robot yet.
Right. Well, the other thing is that it was delayed. If you remember, we thought we were going to be taking the new Y to pick up Johnny, or that trip up to Sylvan Heights, but what happened was she got delayed. Remember, we had to wait like 2 extra weeks past the initial delivery date. Right. Okay. So let me get this down a little bit. This is Sanford, which is about 30 minutes from us, and here's Southern Pines. That's Rockingham, which we've been to. Yeah. We have been to Laurinburg. I don't think so. That day we drove to meet Andy at the power plant, and we could have used that one that day. Yeah. That's in that area, neck of the woods. What's this one? We've been to Lumberton. We haven't been to the new Lumberton, though. That's right. Have not been to the new. And that's south of the border. Dillon. Yeah, Dillon. I don't know about Dillon. That's the big one. 40. That's the big. Right. We've been to Florence, or we've been to the Buc-ee's. This is like the Buc-ee's down here. Yeah. So I'm sure there are a few that fall under the classification of a little bit farther away from us. But anyway, Southern Pines, here we come. Yep. We try to hit them all. There's over 80 now in North Carolina. So I would say all the ones within the 2 hours we've hit. Pretty much. We try to keep up with it. It's been a while, though. It's been a while. See if we can do it intervention free. Right. All the ones that are in Asheville, and I think there's like 4 now. We haven't been to all of them. We've just been to the original one there at the outlet mall or whatever. But yeah, maybe we'll get up to Asheville. Although going to the botanical gardens up there is more important than hanging out at all 4 superchargers to say we did it in that particular case, because there's a botanical gardens and I salivate every time we go up there. Yeah. And we never have enough time to go. So plus it's in the fall. Right, that's true. And that would be more of a spring, early summer, or even summer in the mountains thing. Yeah. I will try to catch a few FSD things today, like how does she handle going into the supercharger. We are on a bunch of back roads. Basically we got to go through Sanford to get to Southern Pines, so and she's definitely taken us the back way to US 1 and stuff. So wow, Morganton Road, 48 miles. That's weird. I don't know why it's called Morganton Road. Maybe it's just another name for US 1. So just, you know, leaving the house here on Wagstaff, it's 35 mile an hour and she's doing 35. Here's the railroad crossing. I feel her slowing for it.
Yeah.
She slowed down to 31. It will, you know, it wasn't a serious slow, but she did slow a little bit. So, you know, a little intelligence there that in the past, you know, she never slowed for railroad tracks. So
zoomed over them.
even thinking, acknowledging that I know that there's a railroad track there is good. So, what, Donnie?
This is the first of the deep breath. Oh, she's going to make a right turn here.
Yeah, and turn on, and then turn on Bert. Yeah, but I have to say, you know, this is that stop sign where people, because it's not a perpendicular square intersection here.
Yeah. Well, she did fine, but I probably would have went straight. But you said she's going Burt Road, so that's what's going
Burt
on.
Road to Buckhorn to Cass Hole. You know, the back way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Funky stop sign time. The stop sign.
Yeah.
Oh wow. She didn't stop at the stop sign. She actually stopped where everybody else stops.
That was so human. The people behind us couldn't tell that the car.
Holy moly, I'm glad I filmed that. She used to stop way back. They can't put the stop sign at the right spot because of the parking lot for that gas station. It's just really weird. And she's never stopped at what I'm going to call the right spot before.
The human spot.
The spot where you can actually see what you're doing and not take a whole extra minute creeping forward to decide if it's safe to go or not.
Wow.
That was great.
That was, it's one of those edge cases where there's no law, because if you follow the letter of the law, you would have stopped 30 feet back.
Yeah, I'm sure the driver's ed teacher makes the kids stop at the stop sign.
That's one of those, what do you do here type things, and she handled it just the way I would handle it, which is what 99% of everybody handles that.
So Robot says it's 90 degrees out, and you can see we've got this great sunny sky.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Well, there's Rex Road Elementary School.
Oh, it's got a flag flying, so it's probably
open or opening in August. Brand new elementary school out here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well, don't worry.
It's huge.
All these pine trees are all going to turn into subdivisions. Fear not. You don't need to be concerned. This road that we are driving on will be turning into a 5-lane road, 2 in each direction, and a center turn lane in not too distant future, or a median in the middle with turn lanes.
Yeah, I don't think Don's wrong. The west side of Fuquay, Holly Springs, Apex over here in Chatham County is, Wake County's full, and it's spilling over, and Don's not wrong. Yeah, I would have said, instead of trying to get to Garner or Cary or Apex even for shopping, going this way to get to Sanford is almost the right answer to avoid traffic congestion, except for not, because
it's changing.
It's changing so fast. Not any thought about that being the thing to do is probably not right. Not helpful. Yeah, we've had 4 or 5. Let's just wipe the windshield today. And we still don't have 2025.26 with Grok in it in Robot. I checked an hour before we left just to make sure there wasn't an update waiting on us to install. And there wasn't. So we don't have the latest. It is what it is. All right, since this is a 4-way stop, I'll film it. Although for the longest time, we really haven't been having troubles with 4-way stops. I think it's clear. Well, that was nice of them not to stop at their stop sign.
That's a slow up sign.
That's a slow up sign, yeah. I was going to say, the cars have been handling 4-way stops well for a while now, but it is still a lot of decision making going on there versus just centering your lane down the road, don't hit anything.
Right.
And we're fixing to come by Sharon Harris. I guess they don't call it Sharon Harris anymore. All the official stuff is Harris Nuclear Power Plant, but that's happened within the last 5 to 10 years, and all the other years I've lived up here, it used to be Sharon Harris. So I don't handle name changes very well, but if we look over here, first off, this is the drone footage at the beginning, and if we look over here, you can see the top of the cooling tower. Yeah. Now that Kyle's back in North Carolina and up at the track, I'm sure we'll be up there to visit at some point, and I'm hoping when we go up there to visit that maybe we can film a little bit of new drone footage or something with some help up there. You know, it won't happen quick, but I'm hoping. I am still aware that the opening drone footage is you know, has jewels in it with Ruby, which looks fine, but I mean, you know, I realize it would be nice to update it at this point. So hey, I got a question for you guys. When the bird footage is playing, I know some of the cameras are recording more noise than others, or more bird sounds than others. It seems like the bird feed is really quiet, but the Ring camera on the pole and at the bird bath picks up the sound better. Are your animals in the house going nuts when they hear the birds talking? Not every time, but quite a few times the cats in the house are hearing the bird sounds. It can cause Big Boy Midnight to hop up and go to the front door to see where his birdie friends are. So I'm just curious, because I know we had someone watching for a while that their cat would jump up on top of the table in front of the TV during the video every day to follow the cars out of the frame on the drone footage. And I'm just wondering, my guys seem to think there's a bird in the house sometimes if I'm editing and listening to it, playing it on a computer. Yeah. Well, that was a nice, long, gradual slow up, and we are getting on US 1 here.
Right. Well, not only did she slow up, she timed it, if you notice, so she didn't actually stop. That was very human. I mean, that was sort of like me.
Yeah. Well, there was some talk on X about at some point the cars are going to know the stoplights well enough to optimize all of that stuff.
Sure.
When do you brake? How can you time the light? Yeah.
Same thing we do as people, I'm sure. At least I do. I mean, I would have basically done what she did.
Charging's looking good.
Not stop, yeah. And she didn't wait till the last second.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're basically on US 1 down there. I guess if Don and I had thought about it, we could have told it to not use highways.
Right. Well, we'll
maybe on the way back, we'll come back a different way. Because, you know, 48 miles on US 1 is boring.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you know, Don and I we like to make a circle. We like to have some variation in the driving to and from places. Right, Donnie?
That's right. I like to make a circle.
We just got off US 1. It says we're 1 mile and 2 minutes away from the Supercharger. So I thought I would film this last mile stuff here. It's kind of hard to see.
Yep, there's a car.
She can't really see good.
Yep. But she's doing perfectly fine.
Yeah.
That's basically because that car actually had its blinker on. I think I couldn't have done any better than that. No intervention so far. Everything's been perfect.
But she clearly couldn't see because of the car on our left, which happens to humans all the time too. We can't see either.
Yeah, why somebody would pull that far forward at a traffic light, I have no idea, because you've got to wait for the light anyway. But hey, I'm sure I do that frequently myself.
So we don't know. I didn't look up if this was out of Sheets or what this was at. We're learning right along with you, and I don't know if the post on Facebook that I saw didn't really mention it either. Right. So, or show enough of a picture for me to know or anything.
Right. Well, we're 0.3 of a mile, so it's down here. It's going to be a hard left turn, so we're not going to miss it. It's probably going to be this traffic light.
The thing on our right is a medical campus.
Yeah.
Pinehurst Medical Clinic. Well, I'm betting there's a shopping center on our left over here. I'm betting it's in that. There's a Lowe's Foods. Okay, so now we know.
Yeah.
Some of the Superchargers in North Carolina are at Lowe's Foods. That's where this one is going to be.
So there's also a Kohl's here and a Hobby Lobby.
Dollar Tree, Ulta,
Yep.
K Jewelers, Longhorn Steakhouse.
Yeah. It's a retail complex.
And I need glasses to read the other couple of signs. The sign is this thing over here on the right.
So far, so
Residence Inn, Anytime Fitness, and Full Moon Oyster Bar were the other three things.
She's going. She did. I would have went too.
Yep.
But
So
I
I'm
did-
assuming she's going to make a left here because Lowe's is on the left, and that's what she's doing. There is a movie theater to our right with
She's
10
doing all
screens.
This. I am not driving. She's doing all that turn, that quick turn.
Yep.
All
Last little bit into the.
Oh,
Oh,
ice cream.
There's ice cream. Well, I was thinking we were going to treat ourselves to a scoop today. You can't do a
version 4. Here they are.
You can't do a Supercharger review without stopping for ice cream.
Yeah, I agree. So,
She pulled us into the pull-in slot. Holy moly,
Yeah.
Dottie!
But I'm gonna say she.
Hang on, where are you? You're here.
I'm gonna say she really didn't do. I can't make. How do I make her show the thing? She's not parked well. We're sitting on top of. See that? I'm trying to show you. This is the line. We're sitting on the line.
We're on the line.
We're on
Okay,
the
here I'm
line.
trying to see where Dawn's trying to be, but she did pull into the pull-in, but
Yeah.
she is a little too close to the white line there.
So I'm gonna back up and do it. See, now you can clearly see the lines. Here comes a car. I know. I saw it. See, I told you.
You saw it, and she saw it too.
Yeah. And the car's gone by. I don't see them. You know, in some respects, having the backup camera is like another set of thing I got
So
to
you
worry
can't
about.
handle the pull-in. You're gonna back
I
us
can't
in.
handle it. That's right.
Okay, I don't know why, but all right.
I'm going to back in one between us. I know this version 4 is not necessary, but I don't want bang doors. I still subscribe to the no door banging, and as usual, I'm a terrible partner.
Yeah, you haven't done any better than her.
Be nice to me.
I wasn't being mean. I was just agreeing with you.
Well,
I
actually-
guess it was okay for you to say it, but when I agreed with you, that was
Well,
not
I
good.
guess what I was doing is she was picking the parking right next to that white car.
Right.
That's where she wanted, and I wanted to park in the next one over.
Good. That's what I would have done too.
So that's what now, I think I'm going to call her good right there.
I was going to get out and follow Dawn around to film him plugging it in, but I figured I'd just wait and film the stuff on the inside is more interesting.
It's in.
Supercharging tips, we don't need that.
I'm sorry, what?
Hang on, it's okay. So it's going to be 36 cents a kilowatt hour, which is about the going rate in North Carolina. Play while you wait. Browse your library of games in the arcade. It did pop up supercharging tips. Can you take a picture of the screen for me with your phone, please?
Yeah.
Charge limit set to 80%. We're at about 58%. Has it actually? Oh, okay, so over here. I was waiting for it to show me what the charging was.
101 kilowatts, but we're pretty full.
We're right. We've got 173 miles. Says it's going to take 13 minutes to get to 80%.
Right.
105 kilowatts. All right. Well, we weren't expecting any problems with our first supercharge. It's certainly not, but nice to know we can supercharge in Robot without issues. And we're going to walk to the ice cream place. Well, thank you to Lowe's Foods for the use of the restroom.
All the way in the back.
Yeah, all the way in the back on the left side when you walk in. So go left and to the back. And now we're going to the ice cream. Well, we got the best ice cream at Handel's. I've never heard of them before, but they have 150 locations in 15 states. And Alice Handel's, it's been around a long time, since 1945. it's 100 degrees on the asphalt now. So we walked back to the car super quick and just ate in Robot. There was nobody else there supercharging. So we unplugged and we didn't move because no one was waiting on a space, or we would have moved. We had the sunshade up, and at 100 degrees, we just ate our ice cream before it melted. Anyway, I want to go to Walmart and look at clearance plants and the garden center. I promised Don he could stay in the car, which is just as well. That way I can put what I want in the cart without scrutiny. And
that's right.
Anyway, it's on the way back to US 1. It's even, I think it's even on the right side of the road. So that's where we're headed now. But I'll keep filming here for a minute because these are all of the complicated turns and things that we care about with FSD versus just going down US 1 as a straight line. See, there's an Ashley Home Furniture across the way. I'm not surprised. That's a pretty high-end furniture store, and we're in a pretty high-end part of the state, so. Yeah, because of the association with golf playing and stuff, it's kind of...
Yeah, well, we're in Southern Pines.
Southern Pines, Pinehurst area, yeah. We must have just missed the light when we pulled up. Yep, and we're getting to wait.
Here we go.
Here we go. She cut into the left turn lane a little bit there.
Yeah, I agree.
Since there wasn't a car there, it didn't matter.
Right.
But I noticed.
Right.
I have to say I'm not particularly fond of double turn lanes. Somebody's always going over the line one way or the other.
Yep, there's a Y.
Yep, there's a Y. Have we seen another Tesla here? Except at the Supercharger, I guess. We obviously saw several there at the Supercharger. So there's a Target and a Dick's Sporting Goods up to our left. It's a Chevrolet and a Hyundai and a Toyota dealership on the right. I can't tell if we're on the right side of the road for this turn or not. Being upside down the way we're going, it's confusing me. Right turn. Okay. Yep. Thanks, Donnie. I want to say there's Lowe's Home Improvement on the left. Don sounded like for a minute he was interested. I was thinking to myself, oh boy, I get to check out the plants at two places. But I guess...
Well, whatever interest I had, it's nip that in the bud.
Oh, funny. There's a Discount Tire.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Okay. Well, we are right here in this little mile stretch of Southern Pines of all the important shopping stuff.
Wow. Big shopping area.
Right. Chain shopping and eating. She's handling all of this just fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's off the road a bit.
Well, obviously, based on the queue of cars, this is the correct way to go.
Right. I think we're... All right. So this is one is set up a little bit like the one down in Irwin. Dunn area. This is an older...
Living's way down there.
Yep, you need to take me to outdoor living on the other end of the complex.
I'm gonna...
We have some sort of charging over here? No, that's grocery pickup.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for there to have been Electrify America or something in here, I guess. Well, that's the first Walmart I've ever seen that had a canopy over the pickup area.
I guess we can zip down through here.
Don has taken over now.
Yeah, well, what it was, I was going to spin around and drive across. But, man, that guy's cold. He's got...
Maybe he works in the meat department or something. I don't know. I think before I came outside, though, I'd be taking the coat off today.
I think he actually had a knit cap on. I was focusing on the coat.
He had to work in either produce or meat. So I don't see a way to get in an outdoor living. You probably just have to let me off here. I don't see an entrance over there. Well, mostly everything here looks good, and there's still, you know, some stuff here. I haven't seen any clearance stuff yet, though. See birdies. Okay, here's the clearance. This Mexican heather, yep, $2. $3 for this. I don't know what that is actually. Big ferns. Big ferns. Well, ferns are not on my list. $5, whatever that plan is. I don't see anything. Don said he really could use something from Lowe's. So if I wanted to look at the plants, we'd come back over, and I said, heck yeah. Plus Community Day for Pokemon Go just started, and I'm trying to catch some shinies really quick while we're in this area. I thought this might be a flamethrower redbud, but it's a forest pansy redbud, and it's got a little damage on top. It's half of 104. 4 pentas plants on clearance, originally $5. I got them for $2, and they got blooms coming. They're not even in bad shape or anything. Plus 70 cents off for using my Lowe's receipt in the Google app, or actually the Amazon Shoppers app. I picked the alternate route, 3 minutes longer. I think it's bringing us in 401. But only the last little bit. Old Walled Road for 19 miles. So we'll find out.
Right.
Says it's 3 minutes longer. Like I said, no big deal.
And we've had ice cream, so it's not a problem.
Right. Don's in a great mood now.
Yeah, man, I'm great.
Well, we are getting some different scenery here. We're on some combination right now of 24, 27, which we've been on over in Albemarle on the west side of Monroe, heading down to, you know, where Dad's house was a few times, but not up on this side, not up here. Yeah. So
we've been on the west, these roads on the west side of US 1. Now we're on the east side of US 1, and I've not recognized anything through here.
Lloyd had something to say on a Sunday.
Yeah, well, I sent him a picture of
of the ice cream. Yeah, he says, oh man, that looks really good. When you get ice cream, you have to share it with your buds.
Spread the good.
Exactly. Misery loves company, so now everybody else can go get the ice cream.
Right.
Well, this route brought us back through Lillington, you know, crossed the Cape Fear River that way. Guess we're going to get home shortly before 4. Because we made the 2 stops, it was just a little longer than we had originally thought it might be. But enjoyably so, longer.
Yeah, we had ice cream.
Exactly.
Okay, well, if she can make it down the driveway, she's did no disengagements. We went all the way over to the Supercharger, and I remind you, she parked at the Supercharger. She didn't actually mess up. She just didn't do a perfect job of parking. I mean, I don't think it was fair to say.
You could have probably plugged in.
I could have probably plugged in. That's right. But it was dumb luck. And then I did drive around like the Lowe's parking lot or the Walmart. You know, they dropped Marianne off and stuff. But all the other driving today was done on FSD completely, and no disengagement. I didn't have to take over. Now there was one that was a little close, not so much that I felt like I needed to take over. It's just that, you know, I would have did it different, and that gets you back to that same point. Somebody said at one point, I heard somebody else, the FSD is not going to drive the way you drive, and it's going to drive differently. And so I would have did it differently, but you know what she did wasn't unsafe. It just was different than what I would have done.
She did drive around the dirt pile at the park, though, on the way to the...
drove by it numerous times before.
But today she decided she was going to stay right.
That's right.
And Dawn didn't intervene, and she drove right around the dirt pile.
Perfectly fine. In fact, now, in all honesty, I told Marianne, and this is true, I didn't, could have intervened, and honestly, just because that's nothing, no human would have done that. It wasn't unsafe, and she did get around with no, just, you know, she went to the right of the dirt pile instead of the left. Every human being on earth would have went to the left. But again, right was okay.
Right, exactly. It wasn't unsafe, it just was unexpected.
It was just not, most people look at you and say, well, that's a little stupid. But hey, you know, people have followed me and commented on my driving lots before and probably said lots of things to me about my driving. So I'm not going to worry about what they say to FSD. No rest for the worry. So this is, you know, we've got this problem. We got way more boxes of filament than we have shelf space. So I'm going to put that piece of melamine right there. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to put it on top of this, and it's span down to here. I am going to notch it. At least I'm thinking I'm going to notch it and go around this thing. And it's 4 feet long, so it'll be down there. At least that's what I'm thinking. But we'll see how ambitious I get. I may just whack it off and put it up here because this right here, I could use this shelf for things for me instead of filament. Like I've got vacuum bags, stuff like this, swatch thing, stuff like that. So I'll have to see if I'm going to run it and or not. But so stay tuned. All right, I've got the shelf just suspended so you get a feel. But the cord is going to work. The cord is going to work. It's tight. That's all the slack there is. There is no more. It will push back up against the wall. So that'll work okay. But here's the issue. So this top shelf is 47 and 9/16. And this one is 47 and 7/8. So that's why that gap is there. Is this shelf bought at Lowe's, this shelf bought at Lowe's. Both shelves bought at Lowe's, and I guess it's 2 different vendors, and so they're actually different lengths. Oh well, live and learn. Well, there it is. I have to say it turned out all well enough. Oops. I pop riveted a bracket to hold this corner, and the back of it is of course on the wall, so that's great. This corner over here, however, which was the problem before on the first shelf, because the bracket doesn't extend out, it just the couple inches. It keeps that rear corner from sagging, but the front corner is sagging, and now the front corner is used with that metal bracket to hold the front corner of this shelf. So it's sort of a little of a snowball effect there. I guess I'll come up with something to keep that corner from sagging. I'll have to give it some thought how I want to do that, because remember, we've got to get into the freezer, and right now that's enough clearance that we can open the freezer lid pretty much maximum. You know, it would used to go like 90 degrees, and now it won't, but it's not going to cause a problem. But anyway, she's got her shelf up there, and it got some stuff off the top of the Nexus power unit, and it got some stuff off of the thing, and so it definitely made a dent. But we could use probably 3 more shelves just like that.
So the shelf that we already had up here was holding everything I needed until I decided I was printing translucent colors. And so that's from here to here, and then there's 2 more on the other side. That's kind of when I got into trouble with not enough room. So this side is all the colors available to choose from, and this side is replacement colors. Supposed to be refill colors, because you don't want to run out mid-print and not have the next roll. You just, trust me, that's just wasteful. You'll have to kill your print. You don't want to do that.
You gonna help me do Lego? Donnie's getting a much deserved nap.
Gonna put the lasagna in to warm up in a bit here. I'm gonna try to finish the, you know, top out this floor if I can. I wasn't quite able to finish topping it out in the time allowed. I'll get back on it tomorrow. Hi. I think it's pretty cool how he did this inner section.